Okay, we're on to lesson 6 today. All right, so I have a lot going on. We're just adding a little bit more, each time with what's going on. And I guess I'm just gonna kind of put out, what do I have? 2 halves, right? Plus half of a y plus 3 is going to equal 17, right? Plus 1/6 of y. All right, and you notice we have all these different colors, and this is not great. At least I can simplify some things by taking the 3 away from the 7, which would leave me 14. But in order to take away the green, I need greens over here to take away, right? So I've got 6 and I've got a half. At a minimum, I need to exchange my half for 3/6. Okay, and now I can easily take away one each of the greens. All right. Now, some of you could do this mentally in your head. You could think, hey, I've got 6 plus 6 of these greens will count for a y, and 6 more. So I've got 6, 12, 14 thirds here, or rather 6. But the other way, if you're struggling with, visualizing this, I could take those 2 y's and I can just substitute them, right? I could say, well, there's one y, all right, and here's another y, and make them all 6s so that I can easily imagine how to divide those up, right? Okay, so if you notice, those 2 y's now become 6 plus 12, 6, plus 2 more. So now I have 14 6 are equal to 14. Becomes really obvious that 1/6, right, of y does equal 1, okay? And therefore, if each one of these is 1, then a whole y is going to equal 6. Okay, so I'm going to check this. 2 y's would equal 12. Plus half of a y, well, half of 6 would be 3. Plus 3 more. Does that equal 17 plus 1/6 of y is 1? So we need to get 18. This is 18 is equal to 12, 15, 18. There we go. That's a check. All right. Let's do example 2. Even more going on here. Okay. So I think I do notice I have y's on both sides, so I think I'm not going to do the swapping out this time until I know what I'm down to. So I'm just going to say, go ahead and build this. This is minus half of a y. So in order to take away half, right, I have to think of y in terms of 2 halves. All right, so there's my 2y minus a half. Okay, so I get, that's the value 2y minus a half. And if I want to make it really kind of a little easier to follow, I think I could do it this way. Okay, so this is 2 full y's minus a half, give me this, plus a 2. What's kind of nice about this is you can be a little creative. You don't have to do it exactly the same way. And okay, so over here I also have a y. And if I notice I'm going to be taking something away, so, I mean, why not? Maybe I can just put my y, a whole y, as being 2 halves of y. It'll be a little easier to see what I'm going to be doing to subtract those, plus a 1/6 of y, plus a 10, okay? So there's my modeling, all right? This is my 2y minus a half. That gives me 3 halves. Plus 2 is equal to a whole y, which is the same as 2 halves, plus a 1/6, plus 10. So this becomes really easy to see why I did that. It's easier for me to think in terms of removing the same thing from both sides. So now I have a half plus 2 is equal to a 1/6 plus 10. So let's take the 2 away from both sides, which will leave me the 6 plus 8 on the right side. So now I need to be able to take away a 6th. I'm going to take away a 6th. I need to be able to substitute my half for 3/6. Now I can take away the 6th. And now I have 2/6 equal 8. So kind of a complicated equation here that I've simplified down to 2 of these little 6 pieces equals 8. Therefore, one of these little 6 pieces is equal to 4. And then a whole yellow piece would be 6 times 4, 24. Okay, so let's check that. 24 times 2 would be 48, minus half of y would be 12, okay, plus 2 is equal to y, 24, get a little messy there, plus 1/6 of y, which would be 4, plus 10, all right? So here I get, if you think about subtract 12 plus 2, that means subtract 10 from 48. That would give me 38. Over here, 24, 28 plus 10 is 38. That's a check. All right. So that is lesson 6. Just like the previous days, you have 4 problems to work of the new material, 4 problems of review material to work. And that'll be it for hands-on equations this week. Hope you enjoy it.